right. So back at it. I had something to eat. Some meat. Italian sausages. I'm happy. I was gonna buy like a gram of weed. Like, when the fuck, man? You just gotta bring the whole fucking weed problem back. Like, why can't a gram of weed be $5? Like, come on, man. Like, you're fucking bullshit, man. Fuck off. Take your inflation and fuck off, or I'll just deal with street dealers. I mean, it's all over the fucking place. It's a goddamn plant. Fuck you, fucking. What the fuck is wrong with this fucking financial system? Like, you want to call people with mental illnesses? The people who designed this financial system have got serious mental fucking illnesses. Serious mental illnesses. Why does everything need to be a fucking debt cycle? Like, no. you fucking, you fucking value of the dollar is built off of a debt cycle and fucking the Nash principles. What, you're mentally ill. You're sick. You're fucking either that. It's that and written into fucking sociopathy. The fucking financial system, just everything about every fucking layer. You don't think I fucking I've read my fill of this shit. Like, what the fuck, man? You think rapaciousness of humanity really needs to come to an end? Like, it needs to start with the financial systems of the world. What the fuck is wrong with these people? Are they even human? All right, so let's go back into working on some Candara shit. All right, so all right, let's go home. It's my friends. All right, Candara. Let's create a folder in my computer. Right, oh, hold on. Varos. All right, new folder. And, there. Go. All right. So let's sort some shit out. So let's go to the downloads. And let's go Province of Colane. Let's see what other ones I got on here. All right. So, oh, whoa, cancel. Oh, why did you put me all right? I'm just gonna throw them a bunch in Varos here, so maybe I will throw the Jews back in. Just a little unhappy, man. Anyways, Secure an Empire. Oh, would you just shit on a fucking stick? Eat it. Caraman. Holy there. Okay. You're fucking happy? We'll just toss all of it in there. Fuck you. Holy Christ. I just want to click on it. Fucking there you fucking go. Alright. So what other flags do I got? Shit. Let's see. Yeah, that's the man that created the most dangerous document on the planet. Stephen Moran created the User's Guide to Restructuring Global Trade. That man should be arrested for war crimes, crimes against humanity. That man is an architect of death. Stephen Moran. You can check it out on Hudson Capital online. they're so blatant about their desire to make the rest of the world subservient to them. Americans are terrorists, and this one is one of the architects of that terrorism, Stephen Moran, one of Trump's economic advisors. A woman is expected to remain completely calm as armed thugs try to forcibly open her car door, but an ICE agent is allowed to panic and shoot someone in the head 3 times from a foot away because he felt threatened. That's like that's the reality of the situation that's happening a couple hundred kilometers south of me. Like it's insanity. It's genocide. It's fucking. When the fuck are people just gonna fucking do something about it, man? Talk to your MPs. Tell them to fucking accept fucking Americans as refugees. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Do the bare fucking minimum for humanity. Like, we've progressed this far. Like, what the fuck, man? Force your representatives to address this. Americans, good people need to. Like, I mean, there's a lot of LGBTQ and fucking Mexican, and there's a lot of people that just need to get the fuck out, man. They're feeling threatened, and not everybody's a fighter. The fighters need to fight, but everybody that's not a fighter that needs to get out needs to get out. Like we need to broach on the House of Common floor that Americans need to be able to be accepted as refugees because the very tenets of what we accept as a refugee that we put online and allow other people from everywhere in the world to come to us and achieve that status is blatantly applicable to Americans in distress right now, and 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 I condemn you all like that will not acknowledge that. I've written to my MEPs, I've written to the Prime Minister, I've been summarily ignored multiple times. Whatever, man. I've done my fucking bare minimum. I can walk into the next life with a fucking clean soul. And fuck you all. It's for one of my stories. It's for one of my stories. There's me. It's not me. Oh, fuck off. Anyways, let's see here. 16. Oh, you just. Let's check that out. No, that's not what I want. No, I want to close it. Right. Um, all right. We already got some characters. We got a fucking rogue unit of the Americans for an armor 3 thing. All right. Slimy politicians, Canadian corporal, and Lieutenant Candara, sorry. Another one. Actually, that's an American, I think. Mark Rutherford was an American operative that worked with Canadians and at the outset of the American Civil War. Like, I'm just using the archetypes of Canada. So, things like Tano and Candara in a different story setting. But he was one that worked with the Candarans. At least that's what's running in my mind right now. And Giselle and her mother, versions. One of the fucking pedo fucking Americans, a decent senator of the Americans, Leotano, sleazebag, Ken, who's that hedge fund manager there? Psychopathic fucking asshole. Hey, Kenny, fuck you. Anyways, this guy's gonna be Kenneth Banks. He's gonna be a fucking sick, sociopathic, fucking financial guru. Mark Cooney, he's going to be one of the good guys. Baron, he's going to be Steve Bannon, like the Steve Bannon type of character. But he's going to be his brother. This guy's Bannon, to be like Bannon's brother that's been calling out fucking his brother's bullshit for years. And there you go. There's our Steve Barron. Oh, no. John Barron or something in the 80s. Anyways, fucking the Steve Barron guy. Steve Bannon. And there we go. That is fucking my Stephen Miller guy. I can't remember his name right now. I should have check. And that's going to be Canadian. Oh no, that's a Canadian Candaran CEO, competent one, industrialist. He's going to be like C.P. Howe or something. I don't know, that kind of pedigree type of thing. This guy's going to be a smarmy American. I got my offer of classroom training that I'm going to ignore because I don't want to be an electrician. That's going to be a competent Russian-inspired general. No, he is going to be an American working for the Russian. I wanted him to be an American, but it looks too more like a, and I kind of don't mind that. That sort of shows some sort of weird, like I might keep him American, but like influenced by Russians, and there's like they're accepting like, CEOs of tech companies into the military and giving them rank. Well, it's going to be the same sort of idea with this Nicholas Black guy. I mean, he's a CEO. He's not military, but he's military. He's not even military industrial complex. He's going to be like a tech bro fucking founder type of thing. And like Palantir type of CEO type of thing. And he fucking thinks he's all that and he deserves his own little fucking stars. But like anybody who has stars actually earn that because they fucking sent people to die and live with that on their soul. And this guy doesn't understand that. So he's going to be a fake fucking glory stealer type of shit hustle, fucking tech bro, psychopath. Wallace Irville Price. You can just tell this man is going to be like a fucking Trump. This guy is going to be a cross between like Pete Hegseth and like a confident Trump. Like he's just like he's everything you fucking hate. And Victor Black. Okay, so that is Victor is one of the characters I've used in stories and video games and stuff. He's one of my archetypes. This is one iteration of an image that I've generated of him. Stephen Carter. That's it. Carter. Carter will be the Stephen Miller type of psychopath. And stuff like that. Max Harden. He's going to be a Black Ops operator. Dutch inspired. But like a Canadian Dutch type of hybrid. David Moore, Canadian. Jim North. That's one of my alternate names for myself is Jim North. Jim West he's like Jim North would be like an older James Bond type of character but he's Canadian. But he's worked with an American counterpart. So the American counterpart, Jim West, is protege. And West will be struggling in the stories with his loyalty to the United States of Vera, or doing the right thing and helping the Hispanic population that's being genocided in Vera and the United States of Vera, and the war that they wage on Candara. So Jim West will be he's going to be a major pivotal character in several series. And it'll be about a man that understands that there are certain things to truly cherish and bring forward into each and every day when it comes to law and order. But the corruption of that is going to be his character arc and dealing with uh, him not abandoning his morality. Because this is my example of a good American, competent, good American special agent. All right. Randall Price, this is going to be James Bond for my British guys. Starting him out young. He's going to be part of many stories. Andreas Stryker is a Dutch-German sort of guy. He's a very complex character, very morally gray, but tends to do the right thing more often than not. But he lives in a world where it doesn't always reward that. So the man is at serious uh, serious weight on his soul. But he's generally not a trader. He's just more of an opportunist. Opportunist. Okay, I don't like that. That was a early attempt at trying to create somebody that was sleazy and like some weird thing. I mean, there's this when you say put in generate an image of a sleazy politician, this is what fucking comes up, man. fucking I don't fucking know, man. It's one of the F-16 inspired jets that I was working on. Third generation Rex R12D Scepter for a story in a game setting. Some lady that was somebody was trying to catfish me by using some lady's fucking picture. I downloaded the picture. I thought she was pretty cute. Or they were sending me, anyways. So, anyways, Winters W36. All right, so where are we now? C3 Badger. That's where we were. That's a Middle East inspired jet fighter, which is going to be in this setting. Using it, going to probably be an Empire of the Cat or Aswahian Sultanate jet. C3 Badger for when life gets tough. Everybody needs an IFB. I didn't like it because I was specifically asking no fucking American sign. Fucking, you put a fighter jet in, and sometimes the generation gets stupid. Jet fighter, might reuse that, but I'm using Messier. I know. Other jet fighters. Okay, there we go. Kingdom Swallow. Not using Arnheim. Corios is Korean. Swally Faith. There we go. Republic Devil. Sonatas Populares Cubana. Republic of Mandala. Tazira. Foreign Administrative State. Union of Kartoskan Republics. Union of Chira. PQ States. Union of Roscoff Republics. Utana. Windmill. That's a corporate. Winters Technologies is an old. Winters Corporation is an old. Think of it as like Stark. It's Wayne Enterprises, and it's an old one, but the original founders are no longer in complete control of the corporation, and a subversive far right element has started their is in charge of their private military company. They were originally never a private military company, but they've been captured by special interests and are now. Um, Anyways, that's a complex corporate story because not all corporations are evil. Not all people in corporations are evil, but evil things happen more often than not. Sokovia, kind of Eastern European inspired authoritarian state. Mayara, it's my Israel inspired one. No, I should no. That's the Hebrew. That's the Hebrew flag in my setting. The culture that I use. The state that uses the co-ops that might be Mayaran by culture, but not by practice. They're a bunch of sociopathic authoritarian bastards. Federation of Kylar, kind of a unique thing, not based off of anybody. It's usually setting dependent, and now And everybody needs a sponge every once in a while to soak up other ideas and maybe percolate something new when you squeeze it. Federation of Kando tribes, kind of like Australia, if it was green, with like Maori influence, except the Maori would have been less seafaring and more, I think, German tribes 2,000 years ago. Instead of like the Maori being seafaring, they were like bushwhackers, Côte d'Ivoire stuff. Candara, India, with temple architecture going back to the very dawn of time. They keep it going into the modern day with acknowledgement. Evangelical Church of God. This is going to be reused because this is the Varon. This is going to be the corruption of, like, this is going to be prosperity gospel bullshit. Evangelicalism and fucking all call it profit. It's for a sci-fi setting. I don't use it very often. And the Church of God. This is going to be the Roman-inspired, Roman Catholic Church inspired. Uh, uh, Flag. Caravella flag is an old one of my, getting back into it. I've done a lot of heraldry with pencil and paper over the last several decades, but I was just playing around. This was one of the first flags I played with on the flag program, so excuse that it's rough. But it's just more meant as like a seafaring nation that evolved type of thing. This is the original seafaring nation, and this is the modern day version of it. It's a little rough. It can use some work, but I mean, it works in a pinch when I want to pull out a quick nation with a little bit of history in it. Caldera, that is just more or less made for actually War Thunder, my War Thunder inspired Discord group going for a bit. And I just needed a simple thing that I could, because it's actually designed off of one of the icons. The only real icon I can get that makes sense over multiple. Anyways, it's a War Thunder icon for one of the, not the necessarily the roundel, but I use the diamond as a signifier for my forces on multiple of my loadouts. And eventually I created a nation in my mind about that, and it's one of the things percolating. It's probably going to be reused in this setting in some manner if I can make it. Avram League, think of like a lot of Africa banding together to resist European colonization and current American interests. This is just a collection of states. It doesn't mean it's continent wide. It's not continent wide, but it's a bunch of rational actors that have banded together, uh, middle nation style, to provide safety, security, and economic prosperity to their people. And they are going to, a lesson from. But I mean, the other in the continent, there's going to be fucking warlords supported by European interests and shit like that. I'm just giving you an easy way to understand things. That's was an attempt. It was an early attempt to Candor tribe, yeah, Australian sort of green Australia. It's obviously a EU inspired flag. It's Kingdom of Valenta. That's their army flag. That's their Air Force flag. That's the Navy flag. Assembly of Nations is going to be like I mean, I've got multiple multi-nation organizations. This is one of them, the Assembly of Nations, Republic of Northern, with the spears of God, the Gungnir spears, spears of Odin. Kingdom of Spares, let's keep it easy for stupid people. Global Defense League. It's kind of, you kind of be like, like the Security Council, the UN Security Council, and fucking, the United Nations provides legitimacy to really bad actors. Global Defense League is going to be not friendly nations banding together to try to exercise some form of subjugation of other nations. They call themselves a Global Defense League, but in reality, they should have called themselves the Global Suppression League or Global Subjugation League or just League of Evil People. That's an early version of Takira, Free States of Trump. I mean, that's what the American flag's going to look like in a couple of years if you're not fucking careful, assholes. Unified Republics of Krasny. Yeah, it's obviously a Nazi-inspired nation. This is going to be. This is the Ardell tribes. This is a nation of First Nations people, but they've also, they've accepted people from, as immigrants from all over the world because they're not assholes. They're growing with them. This nation was never conquered by European interests, and it has persisted into the modern era with their culture intact and their history intact and their people intact. Not all of the tribes, obviously, colonization, a lot of them got fucked up bad. Some of them came and immigrated to Ardell. It's Ardell Republican Army. That's a republic. Ardell Republican Army, 3rd Regiment, uh, Wendigo. The Wendigo Regiment. Wendigos. Ardell Republican Air Force. So yeah, First Nations with fucking Air Force. That'd be fucking awesome, man. Good stories. Ardell Republic. This is, they think of like France had a couple of republics, and this is one of the stars of one of the republics. This is when the First Nations kind of flirted with the European style of government for themselves, and it was during a war, and they kind of got after a war, and they kind of got influenced because that was the first time they had joined an international war type of thing, and like they got influenced by some of the people they met, and they kind of went a little authoritarian there for like about a decade before their shit happened, and their people turned them back to their ancestor type of way of doing things. That's going to be one of the flags. Royal Navy. Alberta, so think of like the UK. Albaran Church of God, think of the UK Protestant Church, whatever, Anglican Church, whatever you call yourself. Otano, that's the American one. They're all based off of the star pattern. Okay, so that's Japan, Poland, Democratic Defense League, like the NATO, Saskara. So now we're back into Candaran flags, and the nations descended from the Albaran Empire, so like the British Empire, all have that same star pattern because that was the maritime tradition of Albera, the Empire of Albera. Anyways, so province of Saskara or Saskara, it's Saskatchewan. My Ontario is Orala. Candara's 24th Regiment. Candara 3rd Regiment. So, you know how we have the Vendu? Well, the Banker, Listen, my Banker. And the Canadian 3rd. It's one of the early regiments in Candaran history. And they were like fighting in the bush. They were like guerrilla warfare shit, so they took like bear type iconography. Candara 24th Regiment. There we go. Banka. Province of New Alberta. That's new. Think like some of the Maritimes put together. Newfoundland, sort of Nova Scotia, New Alberta. Colang. That's the way the Quebecois say la Colang. And there's Alberta, the ball, favorite little balls. There we go. Aldana. Aldana is my Alberta. Candara Department of Agriculture, Candara Department of Defense, National Department of Candara. And then we've got the Army of God. We've got the extremists and mercenaries. And anyways, so, so, so is what you do with needle. And that's the Albaran Empire right there. That's the British Empire. That was the official flag of my British Empire. That shit turned out a little more gold. I'm not too quite happy with it, but whatever. I'll run it just because it's a good contrast. It's really not that bad of a color. But yeah, so there was the const. I can't remember what I called the constellation. But there's the constellation in the sky that they Albarans sailed west to discover a new continent, and that is forever etched in history and shit like that. So that's how I come up with stuff. I don't know how the fuck you guys do it. Most fucking corporate shit is just so fucking shallow. Anyways, I'm gonna try to buck that trend when I sell my shit. Alright, my mouth is dry. I need some water. Government mandated dirt break. And now that I've seen my flags, I'm gonna need to start adding more provinces to Candara. Maybe even make it go wider from lake to coast. Why don't I do that after I get back? Because I need to fucking drink water. Bye, folks.